Who?
The clips.
I'd rather not comment on that. You heard? Just know I'm gonna do some freestyle, so every beat they put out. You heard?
Uncle said, you must be sick. All you talk about is just getting rich. Choke my neck and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. There was like a best in.
Pusha T just launched slick jabs directly at Jim Jones, transforming his Tiny Desk performance into a lyrical battle zone. However, you are aware that Jim never gives up. He's retaliating fiercely, calling Pusha out by name and upending the rap scene once more. It's going to become messy and it's personal.
Who?
The clips.
I'd rather not comment on that. You heard? Just know I'm gonna do some freestyle, so every beat they put out. You heard?
That's so big though. That track right there go hard, man.
He got a slick way of talking, bro. I will tell you, when it comes to luxury rap and bars and shit like that, like he knows what he's doing with that shit. You heard? Can't take away nobody's skill set. You heard? But he still can't fuck with me. Meet me in the booth. I want smoke.
Jim Jones is back in his bag and taking aim at Pusha T after what fans are calling one of the sickest, most disrespectful live disses of the year. Man, hip-hop just got hot again. Yes, we are discussing Pusha's performance at the Tiny Desk. Artists typically showcase the vocals and feelings on that serene, small NPR stage. Pusha T performance into a lyrical sneak attack, not Star Wars, mind you. However, he said a statement that halted supporters in their tracks in the middle of his performance. He said, "They're still trying to find relevance in rooms I'm too elite to enter." The internet went crazy over that one bar. In a matter of minutes, comments such as, "Yo, he's talking about Jim again," swamped Twitter, or X, depending on your preference. And it makes sense because if you've been following their feud, you are aware of Jim and Pusha's past. It wasn't yesterday that this tension began. Since Jim made fun of Pusha on The Breakfast Club in 2023 by making fun of Billboard's ranking of the top 50 rappers of all time, it has been simmering. Pusha T is not top 50 or nothing, Jim remarked. He's pleasant, but he doesn't represent any culture. The rap community was rocked by just one phrase.
Uncle said, you must be sick. All you talk about is just getting rich. Choke my neck and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. There was like a best MC list or something. Evidently, I made the list, and it was just a lot of different opinions on, like, you know, whether I should be on the list, whether I shouldn't be on the list. Me, out of 50 MCs, I was one of the people being questioned, like, should I be on the list? For me, it was just like, it was a thing of like, everybody can have an opinion, but when you're talking about an MC list, I would expect for at least the opinion to be followed with like, and I belong on it. My mind state on the record was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Fast forward.
Pusha never forgot that contempt. In the future, it's important to keep in mind that Pusha is more suited for playing chess than checkers. He doesn't reply through interviews or tweets. He waits, makes preparations, and then delivers his answers with deep-cut bars. Fans saw it right away as he hit that small desk stage and glided into those smooth lines. It was lethal, but subtle. While performing in front of an orchestra, the man made fun of Jim, discussed the savage class. Jim lost it as soon as that video went viral. The electricity from Harlem erupted. He hopped on Instagram Live and started talking, like that man who was still ranting about me. He should limit himself to his soap opera ads. Every day I'm outside, he was reading teleprompters inside. He went on to say that by utilizing his identity, Push is attempting to resurrect a dead career. However, that didn't go unnoticed by the supporters. "Nah, Jim, he got you good this time," was one of the many comments they left. The internet exploded like a firework with everything from crazy outbursts to smooth bars. A rap civil war broke out during what was meant to be a relaxed live performance. Everyone is currently speculating about who will take the next step.
Can you tell me can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
His records?
Yeah.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia. The
Oh,
joint
you was a
with
Pusha
Kendrick.
T fan.
If
He's
you
like,
know, you know.
I didn't know he had fans like
No.
that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No,
Dreaming of
his
the
records.
past.
See, but
No, can you? No,
But
can
see,
you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5 verses.
All right, can you rap to
But I'm
5?
also-
Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You can rap 5 Pusha T records?
Yeah.
Could you could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you
Could-
mean rap?
could-
Like the hook?
like-
Or just, like,
Could you sing them?
Verse for
yeah,
verse?
they came on like certain joints.
Like,
No,
Sorry,
not
nigga.
sir. No,
I'm trying to
no.
come.
I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that,
Pusha
but
top 50.
you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you dig. Like where I'm from, you want to be like you if you was really that dude and that rapper and things
Wayne
like
wanted
that.
to
It's
be
like,
like Pusha.
Yeah.
He was influenced by Pusha.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool.
Now, if you take a closer look at this meat, it's more complex than a disposable bar. It has to do with credibility, respect, and ego. Authenticity was the foundation of Jim Jones's reputation in hip-hop and on the streets. He is Harlem, ostentatious, boisterous, conceited, and arrogant. Pusha T, though, he's strategic, calm, surgical, and lethal with the pen. It is therefore more than just music when these two worlds converge. It's a war of personalities. Jim didn't anticipate the backlash when he first made fun of Pusha on The Breakfast Club back in 2023. He chuckled the entire time, making fun of Pusha's legacy and claiming that he had never been in anyone's top 50. He further questioned how Pusha could have such a devoted following when, according to him, no one performs his music in Harlem. There were several instances of disrespect in that single line, and it was not overlooked. A few weeks later, fans began to notice that Pusha's verse on Clip's unreleased track seemed to include subliminals directed at Jim. It was a subtle statement about elderly hustlers becoming corporate while chasing relevancy and talking street. Pusha didn't have to give names, but he did. It was instantly decrypted by the internet.
That puts him in the greatest rappers of all time. Besides talk about that he probably didn't get.
Wow.
All biased aside.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice as he can rap his ass. He can rap his ass off. What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody want to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the wanna be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T.
50? You won't put...
No, like
Big
no,
Sean before I put Big Sean before Pusha T.
easily. But Jim Jones is on it before Pusha T.
But I'm saying you can put whoever you want ahead of him. You're saying he's not.
Cameron before Pusha T.
Easily.
Bro, you go in these clubs, I don't know no records they play in the club with or Pusha T. They don't play outside. NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
Fans, therefore, perceived Pusha as the sequel when it debuted on Tiny Desk. The response from the general populace, there were no specific names, but the tone was clear. Hip-hop Twitter was debating that one performance for days. This is how real lyricists respond, people said. Just bars, no drama, no shouting. Others agreed with Jim, stating, man, Pusha is just salty, since Dipset was in fact outside. However, Pusha's use of subtlety as a weapon is what truly makes this intriguing. He didn't have to record a trash track. He transformed a national live show into a low-key roasting session, and Jim was irritated by that. Jim enjoys conflict. He comes from a time when beef was forceful, boisterous, and public. However, Pusha prefers to let the bars do the talking. That kind of power is just different. Calm, in control, and perilous. Jim began making disparaging remarks on social media after the Tiny Desk went popular. He claimed that Drake is the only reason Pusha is well known. He asserted that Pusha followed Kanye's lead and that he would still be attempting to sell mixtapes in Virginia in the absence of Ya. fans weren't letting the man off lightly despite the fact that he was heated. Many noted that Pusha's cultural respect and discography extend all the way from Daytona to grinding. So there's currently cultural conflict in addition to personal tension. It's loud energy versus lyrical discipline, Virginia accuracy versus New York boldness. In addition to that, the rap community is unable to get enough.
Or malice.
Let's be honest, hip-hop aficionados love this kind of back and forth. It has nothing to do with violence of bodies. It has to do with language, pride, and reputation. However, Jim Jones continues to double down rather than back off, which is why people are paying such close attention. Despite everything on the internet to the contrary, the man won't acknowledge that Pusha even touched him. Jim recently stated Pusha has never been a boss on his podcast. He has always been ranked second, under his brother at first, then under Kanye. I am self-made. That jab quickly made headlines. Naturally, though, Jim was promptly reminded by admirers that Pusha doesn't move like a follower. He has a strategic gait. The irony is that Jim is attempting to make fun of Pusha for collaborating with Ye, but his pen, rather than his connections, was the source of most of Pusha's greatest moments. This is what makes the entire situation even more bizarre. Since then, Pusha has not uttered a word. He hasn't made any posts. He is still alive. Not a single tweet has been liked by him. Nothing. One of two things can be inferred from a lyricist like Pusha's silence, which makes it potent. Either he knows he's already won without speaking another word, or he's plotting something significant.
I'm gonna go with Pusha T, so we're not gonna drink to them. But
Okay.
shout out to Pusha T, very dope artist. Everybody know he's a monster when it comes to doing music. I can't take nothing away from him. I know everybody's seen everything that was going on recently inside of the media and the internet. I believe it was cool. One time in my life, I got to engage into some verbal warfare and don't have to go beyond that and shit like that. Who knows what he might come up with? He's very crafty and shit like that. Some people react off top. Some people take years to come back. I seen that beef and wait years to try to kill a nigga. You heard? It's not always successful, but this is what I'm trying to say, how people try to line people up. But for the most part, I think it was dope. It was cute. I don't know if he actually took a shot at me, but it was cute. It was pointed in that direction.
Yeah. Right.
It made me feel the type of way.
I wanted to say this for later, but he could always say, Jim, I wasn't talking about you.
I mean, and I would be hurt. That would be heartbroken.
The industry is responding in the interim. Rappers are gently taking sides. Jim is traveling with some New York heads who refer to it as real street talk. However, other rappers, particularly lyricists, claim that Push is taking a long-term approach. 50 Cent even added a comment, writing, "Push don't have to yell to hurt feelings," along with a laughing emoji. Just that one remark fueled the flames. However, Jim isn't giving up. Using this feud as fuel, he's teasing new songs, mentioning Pusha in interviews, and declaring that he's willing to go bar for bar if necessary. However, that is dangerous since it will require surgery if Pusha actually chooses to react directly. Pusha creates assassinations rather than just yelling. The strain is rising once more. Supporters are anticipating Pusha's next move, perhaps a subliminal or verse on a Clips project. And given his level of calculation, it will happen. It may not happen today or tomorrow, but it will hurt when it does. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong at this time. Whoever plays the game most intelligently wins. Jim is loud, yet tries to be quiet. Additionally, in the history of hip-hop, the silent ones typically prevail. Let's take a closer look because this feud is about more than simply two rappers having a good conversation. It pits contemporary, calculated lyricism against vintage street rap. There is a conflict between two hustle-driven eras. One is based on booming energy, while the other is based on quiet movements. That Harlem hustle is embodied by Jim Jones. Fast conversation, loud jewelry, flashy automobiles, and street credibility. He comes from a time when rap feuds were dramatic and public. He's cut from a cooler cloth, though, so Pusha T. That opulent drug racket with surgical detail, that Virginia swindle,